guys, ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Fantastic Four First Steps movie action figure of the Shalla Silver Surfer. Yes, the female Silver Surfer. I believe there are two other female Silver Surfers. Initially, the Norrin Rad Silver Surfer is who I would rather pick first, but Silver bought that. Nice packaging right over here. You can see Shalla on the side right there, as well as this side over here. And there she is with those beautiful twinkling balls. Anyway, here's the 4 logo on the top. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And if you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Silver Surfer out of the packaging. And damn, man, this figure looks cool. I don't know, it's not the most impressive figure from the wave, of course, but damn it, it's fun playing around with this figure and taking shots and using these Alonzi lights that I've been using, you know, thanks to Sentry. But I obviously have one placed underneath this, and it just makes this whole board effect look really cool, and it does up the value of this figure to me for sure having that. But anyway, let's get a closer look at that board and the rest of the accessories, and then we'll take a closer look at Shalla. So here's all the accessories without the fancy light underneath that effect piece, and we have these reused hands. A lot of reuse with this figure, but getting these new accessories right here, for me personally, it does make up for a bit. And we also have this cupping hand right over here, which is like not the craziest thing. It's kind of neat. I believe this is for her holding on to the side of her surfboard. You only get the one. Then we've seen these open hands before, as well as these fist hands. And here's looking at the board, and I think it looks really cool. I love this whole weathered, scarring and everything that we're seeing on it. So it gives it some attitude. I like that. Could have used another peg. You know, I like when they put two. Most of the time, I'm using the front foot on this just so it balances better. Just has worked out better for me. I do like a little bit of this beige colored staining right over here. And we see that on the figure a bunch as well. And you can see that sculpted work at the bottom, which I haven't really looked at before because I've been using this base, which I absolutely love. At first, it seems like it's a little bit too dark, but no, man, this is perfect. I really like this a lot. I love the paint added to it right over here. It just looks really good. And then, yeah, we have this Ulanzi light, and you once again just put it right on top of that, and it looks badass. But, of course, when you slide the board in like so, it's even more badass, and damn it, that looks just so damn sick. You can see that light bouncing off the bottom of the board right over there for a lot of shots. Very cool. It's just a matter of cropping it out when you take your pictures. I also wanted to mention that I did take a picture of her using this pyrocosmic effect that came from the comic Silver Surfer figure. Ooh, got the light going through that. Looks pretty neat too. I don't know what her pyrocosmic effect is going to look like in the movie. We'll find out soon. Hey, Ruth is in the MCU. I actually never saw that final season of Ozarks, but anyway, I think this is actually pretty cool. The fact that they're using Shalla over here, even though she looks a little bit different from the comic images, it's okay with me, and this is supposed to be a different world and everything, so I'm okay with it, man, and I think this looks pretty neat, aside from a little bit of that marbling that we tend to see with these silver figures where they don't paint over them, but just use silver in the plastic. The eyes look exceptionally cool. I like how the mouth looks, so the paint detail on the face itself and seeing some of that beige color weave in and out looks really neat. I really like the gunmetal gray on the hair, though, or it's just gunmetal silver, really. That looks freaking cool. I really like that a lot. They did reuse the Shriek body mold over here. If they're going to reuse a body mold, I really wish they had gone with the Phoenix body mold. And I like the Shriek body mold a lot, so I am going to complain, not getting the preferred body mold. You can see some marbling right over there, and you can see some more of that tan paint mixed in there. And then you can see the abs and everything, so it mostly looks pretty cool, I would have preferred having, just some silver paint over it, like how they'd done with Ultron in the past, the Ursa Major wave. You can see some marbling in the cheeks. It's a very marbly butt right over there. And you can see some of that. Almost looks intentional, but damn, that's just like the only part of the figure that actually has it looking like that, So not, or that severe anyway. You can see this one big old random line right over there. So yeah, the beige parts do look neat. However, if it was just completely painted silver, I think that would have been nicer, right? And you can see the tootsies right over here, and you get the peg holes at the bottom of the feet. We'll run through the articulation super fast. We know how this body mold works. I love having the neck hinge right over there with the ball joint. She looks up a bit, moves down, rotates side to side, a little bit of pivoting, wobbling right over there. No butterfly joints. What we would have gotten that with the Phoenix body mold. Those arms move up and around, bicep swivel, pinless, double jointed elbows. The wrist turns side to side, hinge up and down. And then you get the diaphragm cut, pivot, moves forward, moves back, legs move outward that far. She kicks up and forward. I did utilize this by twisting this around a bit to get more of a crouching pose, and then rotate the upper thigh like that to get more reach, so that is helpful. Double jointed knees, ankles down, up, beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Silver Surfer figure, you can see she's standing just a bit over 6 inches tall, and to measure out the length of the board, you can see it's at about just under 8.5 inches, and then standing up with that stand and everything, about 2.25 inches high. And not too many comparisons for you guys, but you can see right here we have Shalla Ball next to our comic Silver Surfer figure. And yeah, I think this silver just looks better. Let me know what you guys think. I know they're going for something different, but I don't know. I just prefer this. Oh, and for a Silver Surfboard comparison, you could see that these are about, well, nope, movie version's longer for sure. And I don't think I'm going to be able to get this comic version. Yeah, there's just way too much space over here, so it's not interchangeable. But hey, there's your comparison. And then here's Silver Surfer next to Shriek, which this body mold is based off of. And I wanted to do a few head swaps. These are not my ideas. I saw somebody online post this, so I'm not, trying to take other people's ideas and claim them as my own. But yeah, there's a Silver Surfer head, or Silver Sable head on there. That looks pretty cool. You could fit the first Lilandra head on there. Ooh, but the second Lilandra head actually fits with that quite perfectly. Damn, that looks really nice. Well, even though I like the body that they used for this actual figure more. Then I've seen people use the Clea head right here, which looks closer to how Shalla Ball looks like in the comics. So I think that's the head people want to use to paint silver. That would be a nice look. Then here's Silver Surfer next to my Fantastic Four First Steps Galactus popcorn bucket. And then here's Silver Surfer next to the other figures from this wave that I've already reviewed. I hope I get to review Human Torch before I leave for Comic-Con. We'll see. But here she is next to the Thing, Johnny Storm, Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic. And do the two of these have a thing in the movie? Then here's Silver Surfer next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown, Spider-Man. Whoa, you herald his beginning, and you herald my end, and you herald my foot fetish. I mean, whoa, those are shiny. Ow! So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to hit that like button. I appreciate it as always. And if you haven't hit subscribe, we'll go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Got a bunch of Comic-Con footage coming your way. And if you want to participate in the channel perks, well, you can hit that join button. And this figure is okay. I mean, if it didn't have the cool effect piece to go with the board, I would be a lot more disappointed in this figure, because yeah, it's a reused body mold that we've seen a whole bunch of times, and it's not even my favorite one, like I said earlier, if they're gonna reuse one, I'd rather that they went with the Phoenix body mold. It's just a much cooler body mold, but this is still cool. It's cool enough, but even cooler with the fact that we have this nice looking effect piece to go with the board. I really did have fun with it, Now, I really wish it had a lower ab crunch. That would have helped a lot, and of course, I wish it had more silver paint. So there's a whole bunch of downsides that I mentioned, but still, at the price point of around 25 bucks, I'm going to give this Silver Surfer a SUD rating of...
It's not too bad.
And I'd like to know what you guys think, so please let me know in the comments section below. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and on whatnot. And if you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. There's going to be a whole bunch of news this week, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
That's crispy.
Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.